Hello, dear children. How are you all? I hope you all are in the best of your health. And I know that you all are eagerly waiting for this chapter. है ना? Okay, children, just tell me, have you ever seen some plants in your surroundings? Yes, I think everybody has seen plants in our surroundings. Around your house, near your house. Do you like watering them? I believe that every child like watering plants, and while doing this, they also like playing with water. Do you know how plants absorb water from soil? Right, with the help of roots. So dear children, today we are going to learn about roots in this chapter, that is chapter number 19 of your EVS book. The name is Abdul in the Garden. So now let's start reading the chapter. But before this, let me tell you that roots of the plants are of different kinds. Some roots are also eaten in the form of vegetables. Some moves deep in the soil in search of water, and some grow in the upper layers of soil for the rapid absorption of water. Some roots of the plants hang from their branches. So, in this chapter, we are going to learn about all these kinds of roots. Now, let us see what is going here in Abdul's garden. It was a holiday. Abdul was helping his Abu in the garden. Abu was clearing the dried leaves and grass from the vegetable beds. Abdul started to pull out the grass from one of the beds. He found that it was not easy to pull out even the small grass. His hands became red by the effort because Abdul was a small kid, and you know that hands of small babies are very soft. So it was not easy for Abdul to pull the roots of the grass. In trying to pull out the grass, Abdul knocked down a stick that was supporting the pea plant. You know, children, that pea plant is a climber. It needs support to grow. So, the delicate stem of the pea plant broke. Abu said, "Why are you pulling the grass? The roots of the grass are strong. You will have to dig them out." Abdul carefully dug out the plant. He then saw that the roots of the grass plant were longer and much more spread out than the part of the plant above the ground. He was very surprised to see this. After that, Abu remembered that he had to send some radish home. He started to pull the radish out of the soil. Abdul wondered whether these were also roots. Only a few radish were pulled when there was suddenly a strong wind and rain. Both of them picked up the radish and ran. They had just reached home when a branch of the neem tree in the courtyard broke and fell. In fact, Abu was lucky to have missed by only a few inches. Despite the strong wind, the tree remained firm on the ground. So children, here you have seen that how Abdul and his father, his Abu, was doing work in the fields. Then they take some radish and they went home, and suddenly strong wind and rain started. So now let's do some questions. From where Abdul's father was clearing the dried leaves and grass? Yes, it is from the chapter. Yes, from the vegetable beds. Okay, which vegetable did Abdul have to send home? Yes, he has to send radish to home for salad. Now, let's move ahead. They both sat down to have tea with Ammi. Abu said to Abdul, "The plants were getting dry. Now that it has rained, we will not have to water the plants. We can now sit and play Ludo. But nowadays, Abdul keeps thinking about all kinds of plants that he sees. As he saw any new plant or different kinds of plants, different kinds of questions arose in his mind. Suddenly, one day, Abdul saw a plant growing out of a wall in school. He wondered, how deep must the roots of plant be going? How do the roots get water? How big will this plant grow? And what will happen to the wall? Questions and questions and questions. Then, one day, Abdul saw a huge tree that had fallen on the roadside. He remembered the neem tree in his courtyard. He could see some of his broken roots. Then Abdul thought, has it been uprooted by someone? Or had it fallen on its own? Then he thought, how old would this tree be? Abdul, on seeing a tree surrounded by cemented ground, thought that how will it get rainwater? All these questions were present in his mind and he was in search of the answers. Dear children, now let's read about some unusual roots. Have you swung from a banyan tree? What did you hold to swing? What looks like the hanging branches are actually the roots of the tree. These grow down from the branches until they reach the ground. These roots are like pillars that provide strong support to the tree. The banyan tree also has roots under the ground, just as the other trees have. Children, do you know there is a law against cutting trees? There was a tree growing close to a lamppost. The tree was so full of leaves that the light of the bulb was blocked. People felt that the branches of the tree needed to be trimmed. But before they do this, they need to take written permission from the government office. Because we cannot cut the trees or trim them without the permission of government. So dear children, here you have seen that plants are so important for us. They give us so many things which are necessary for our survival. Now, let me tell you some interesting fact. A desert oak is a tree that is found in Australia. It grows almost as tall as your classroom wall. It has very few leaves. Guess how deep its roots go down? Imagine the length of about 30 such trees laid down in a line end to end, one after another. That is how long the roots of this tree can be. These roots go deep into the ground till they reach water. This water is stored in the tree trunk. Local people knew about this. When there was no water in the desert, the local people used to put a thin pipe into the trunk of the tree to drink this water. So, isn't it interesting? A very different kind of plant. So, now children, I hope you liked the chapter and I hope you all have understood the chapter nicely. So, now let's answer some questions. Question number 1. Why was it difficult to pull out a small grass plant? Yes, think about it. Yes, because the grass was anchored to the soil very tightly with the help of strong roots. Do all plants have roots? Yes, all plants have roots because roots are very important to stand the plant into the soil as well as for the absorption of water. In this chapter, which tree's branch broke off? Yes, a branch of the neem tree broke off and fell. Okay, can you guess which part of your body keeps growing and you have to cut it regularly? Think. Yes, if your answer is hair, you are absolutely right. Hair and nails of our body keeps growing continuously and we need to trim them regularly. Do roots help bind the soil? Yes, roots help bind the soil. Name a plant whose roots look like the hanging branches. Yes, banyan tree has roots which looks like the hanging branches. What is the purpose of the hanging branches of a banyan tree? Yes, hanging roots give support to the large branches of this big banyan tree. Now children, I have an assignment for you. You have to find the names of some plants which are present in your surroundings. You can find their names with the help of your parents or by asking your grandparents. Now, let's do some more questions. Which of the following vegetables that we eat are the roots of the plant? Carrot and radish or brinjal and potato? Yes, carrot and radish are roots of the plant. Now let's do some fill-ups. The color of the root is green or somewhat grayish. Yes, the roots are in somewhat grayish color. Dash of the plant moves upward. Roots or stem? Yes, stem of the plant moves upward. Dash needs regular supply of water. Small plants or trees? Yes, small plants needs regular supply of water. The hanging branches of banyan tree provide dash to the tree, water or support? Yes, the hanging branches provide support to the tree. Now check whether the following statements are right or wrong. Desert oak tree is found in Indian desert. Is it correct or wrong? Yes, it is a wrong statement. Desert oak is found in Australia. Plants absorb water from the soil. Yes, it is right statement. Our nails keeps growing and we need to cut it regularly. Yes, this is also a correct statement. Next, cabbage is a root. No, cabbage is not a root. It is a wrong statement. The roots of the trees go deep into the soil till water. Yes, this is right. So, here we come to an end of this chapter. Our chapter completes here. I hope you all have understood the chapter nicely. So, dear children, as we learn about different kinds of roots in this chapter, I hope that you all know that roots helps bind soil firmly. If there are no plants in the soil become dry and infertile in some time. And we know that we all are surviving on this earth only due to the presence of plants. So, keep growing more and more plants in your surrounding, in your school and wherever you got a proper place to grow plants. Do read this chapter again from your book. So for now, stay safe, stay healthy and keep studying. Bye-bye. Good day.